First Rings podcast. It's December 5th. We're 5 days into the last month of the year. Got to watch what, to be honest, was probably the first football game that didn't include the Eagles that I've been excited to watch in a while last night in Detroit. Cowboys, mostly for fantasy purposes. My fantasy season been in the dirt all year, so fight for that last playoff spot. I had to lock in.
Yeah, nah, I've been out since week 4. Been over
A
since then.
fantasy, he means.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Patriots
yeah.
are
Oh,
carrying
I've
his
been
his
I've been
life.
in since week 0, since day 1 and 1.
All right, so let's start with the
Locked
game.
in.
Let's start with the game last night. I asked you
Mm.
before it even started who you thought was gonna win. You
I thought it
you
was the Cowboys.
technically said, yeah. I was gonna actually give you a technicality here in which you said that you trusted Dak more than Goff, which is probably pretty valid, especially this season. So, um, let's just start off with, were you surprised with how the game went down?
Uh, Not really. I guess I expected it to be a shootout. I just kind of maybe it was just recency bias, but I saw the Cowboys defense not being a literal floor mat, and that is not what they went. They reverted back to what they were, and just let anything they wanted, like anything that the team wanted to do, they did. Ran the ball, throw the ball, it didn't matter. Um, it honestly was kind of shocking to me how in control the Lions felt the entire time. It was that's really my main takeaway was like, wow, I don't know.
See, and
Maybe I'm just recency bias. I really thought the Cowboys had it.
what's weird is I thought that there was a chance the Lions came in and controlled this ball game, but I thought it was gonna be one of those games, and I mean they both had a touchdown. But I thought it was going to be a game that was controlled by the run game in Sonic and Knuckles or Montgomery and Gibbs, like, so when you
Yeah,
walk out of there and Gibbs had, I'm top of my head right now, he had less than 50 rushing yards. He had a lot more from scrimmage, he was big in the pass game, but I was definitely expecting them to attack them in a spot that they didn't feel as if they were weak right now and run it just right down their throat. And that's not how they did it, to be honest. I mean, Jared Goff threw for over 300 yards. Uh, it was a pretty fun game to watch, but I wanted Detroit to win for obvious reasons. I'm an Eagles fan, and Cowboys fans are getting a little too hype.
had
So
themselves.
yeah, and they think that they can win the division, and I was just tired of hearing all that noise. So I'm hopeful that this will shut it down. But if the Eagles lose on Monday, we're right back to the same conversations. So
That's true. Honestly, it was kind of interesting to me though, because like I feel like the strengths, whatever they might be for the Dallas defense, is now that interior D line, and I feel like the weakness for the
Quinnen's been
Lions,
fantastic.
yeah, he's been a monster. I feel like the weakness for the Lions has been their interior O line. So I kind of thought that would also be a deciding factor was where the Cowboys are strong, the Lions are weak. Uh, and I just thought that couple that with a quarterback that I think is just better and probably a better receiving core. I mean, that's not crazy. A better receiving core at this point.
While we're on the topic of receiving core,
I just thought it'd be better.
hopefully CD Lamb's okay. I did see the clip
Yeah.
afterwards, and you saw it live. His hands did.
I thought he broke his
Yeah,
fingers.
the way he was holding his
Not
hands,
what happened.
but he just slammed his head. And great call by the medical team though to get him out of there and instantly rule him out. I mean, I don't know if you were locked in on that part of the game, but once they took him off the field, he was. They had like a sideline report within 2 minutes that he was done, like out for the game. He hadn't even walked to the locker room yet. So that's a great job by them because it was pretty evident that he shouldn't have been back out there. So, and I don't think it ultimately would have mattered for the game. He's a fantastic receiver, but it did feel he makes that catch maybe, but it was a hell of an attempt.
He
That would have
definitely
been
would
an
have had an
insane
impact,
catch.
but they won by 2 scores, and it felt like they were in control the whole time, anyways.
I mean, maybe I'm just saying
You
this
start getting
because
what it is.
excuse me, maybe I'm just saying this because I played Aubrey in fantasy, but I didn't like how willing they were to take field goals, and I think that's been a storyline much longer. And no, and I'm being serious. Like
No, no, no.
maybe
I
a
think
big
so.
portion of this is the fact that Aubrey just dropped 24 on my head in fantasy, outscored my quarterback in Jared Goff last night. I'm hurting inside. But I think really what was surprising, and I've heard them talk about it in maybe it's when we played the Cowboys or Thanksgiving. I don't know. I just know that I've heard it mentioned that Schottenheimer follows his father's like ideology of you don't turn down points. But when you're in a game like that where your defense is not stopping them really, like I don't know, but I don't feel like I saw Detroit's punt team but one time. Like, I
Yeah.
could definitely be wrong. Wasn't fully locked into the game last night. We was going on some Madden runs. Um, but I just was kind of surprised. Like they were down by 10, and I know that, mathematically speaking, you need two scores and a field goal is part of that, and it was a fourth down, but it was fourth and goal, I'm pretty sure, or at least fourth and short, within like 10 yards from the end zone, and they opted to kick down 10 in the fourth quarter. I thought that was kind of strange, if I'm being honest. I get it. You're down two scores. You need that field goal either now or later to tie the ball game, but I didn't like it in that spot specifically. Like it felt like you drove down the field, you were rolling, and you took the three, and after that it was like the Lions just put the nail in the coffin. It was over. Who
Yeah,
gives really?
your season. It's your season. Like that was probably the game that decided them not going to the playoffs. And I'd rather the ball be in my hand. Like ultimately, I don't want the Lions to have a chance. Like if we go for on a fourth down, we don't get it. You're gonna get massacred the next day, anyways. It doesn't matter. But I at least respect it more. Honestly, like keeping it in your court and not letting putting that sorry defense back out there and praying that you get a stop. Like no, go for it. Be aggressive. I completely agree. I feel like in today's NFL, a three holding a team to three is a stop. Maybe I'm too Madden brained at this point, but that's a stop to me in a lot of ways, especially with these
Oh,
high-powered offense. That's a stop.
Matt and Brandon's wild work. So I don't know if this is I don't know when this dates back to, and maybe you can help me with this, but the Lions still have not lost back to back games in what, the Dan Campbell era, or since his first year, because they were awful in their first year, right? Like,
Yeah, I'm gonna say
so they
first year was
had to have
like
had
two games.
lost multiple games in a row. But since the second year of the Dan Campbell era, how long has he been there now? Is this year five, four?
I think it's year five. Yeah,
Okay,
that's how
so
long Goff's been there.
that is pretty crazy,
4,
right?
5. Yeah.
Well, 2021, I want to say, is when that's when the Rams won the Super Bowl.
But
So
then it would have been the 2020 off season, and he was already there for a year. So yeah, 5 years,
it's pretty crazy. So
maybe
they've never
6.
lost back to back games since the second year of his, his reign as head coach, and that continued last night. So maybe it's just something that we need to
Did you know that?
pay a little bit more attention to. That was part of why I wanted to bet the Lions, but I didn't. Parlay did not hit.
That's a great stat, though. Honestly,
Yeah,
no idea.
it's something that I was thinking about as we went back and forth. Like they haven't lost two straight. If you actually go look at their schedule, it's like win loss win loss win loss the last 2 months straight. Like for real,
Yeah.
it's just a win and then a loss, a win and then a loss, and they've kept it going. But yeah, I really thought that game was gonna have a different. Like I told you before it that I was hoping, fantasy purposes once again, that win or loss for the Lions, they just had to keep scoring. And they did a good job. Goff only threw one touchdown, so not exactly what I was hoping for, but it was still, they put up 37 points. Like that was pretty high scoring.
I hope Brian Branch gets back to what he can be in next year. I hate that happened.
44. They
To be
put up
honest,
44. It was 44-30 final score. So,
44. Now Brian Branch tore his Achilles,
are you
unfortunately.
serious? I didn't even see that.
Yeah, he tore his
No
Achilles.
way. When?
Faced
What?
He tore his again. Uh,
Holy.
I'm hoping he gets back to.
That hurts me. I wanted Brian
He's
Branch
a
to be an
that's a special
Eagle.
player.
I wanted him to be an Eagle. I wanted a lot of people to
I
be an Eagle, to be
was,
fair. But
I was gonna say, but as you, I wanted to have Bill Carter and look at Astor. I mean, super early in his career, dumpster fire in New York, but
I was gonna
man
say
wanted 11
maybe it's
from
for
Phil
the maybe,
Simms and 56 from Lawrence Taylor, and
maybe it's for the best though. Maybe he's
he has
free
more
soon.
he has more quarters missed than stats recorded this
I'm just saying, man.
year.
Maybe that's an insane stat to say. I mean, speaking of though, like back onto the Quentin Williams trade, he's already topped all his Jets numbers in the 3 games he's been there. Can you believe that? Like the full season
That's
with the
actually
Jets,
crazy.
to that point, which had been what? No, it's 3 games
Eight, nine
in
weeks.
now, so it was, yeah, I was gonna say 8 games, 9 games, and it took him 3 games to match or exceed all his statistical categories. And when I say that, I'm talking about sacks, TFLs, QB pressures, and QB hits. All of
New York
them, he
sucks.
either tied or topped just in three
I
games
want
with
to say
Dallas. And we're not talking a percentage either. It's not a percentage of plays, like, so it's not like, there's less plays, so the percentage could be higher if he dominates. No, we're talking about sacks and TFLs. Those are counted stats that he, in 3 games, matched or did better than he did in 8 or 9 with the Jets. So he's been incredible for
honestly,
them, which sucks
I
because
haven't
he's a
even
Cowboy now.
I haven't even like he hasn't been this dominant to me since like his second year as a Jet. Like that's when he really struck fear into me, and ever since then I feel like it's been like Like he's a great player, but I feel like his name value in a lot of ways, he's he's got that shine back to him. Like he's definitely probably top three interior player at this point. At least last 3 weeks. Man, again, maybe I gotta stop having so much recency bias because I thought the Cowboys defense was at least like maybe 20th. Clearly, I was smoking a little bit of that, whatever. But I I just oh man, there's something I saw that I'm just completely spacing it right now.
Yeah, so they're six.
Oh,
They're 6-1 now, right? The Cowboys are. Go ahead and get your point out though before
61.
I. Oh,
Yeah,
go ahead.
I was just gonna say another stat because we were talking about crazy stats. The fact that Devonte Adams has more touchdowns as a Ram than Puka Nakua does, that blew my mind when I saw that.
So wait, more touchdowns as a Ram in his career? Because I
Yeah,
knew this
in
year
his
he's just
career,
blowing it out. That is
yeah,
ridiculous.
I couldn't believe
I
it
guess we need to
because
start
he's
talking
a
about
guy.
Puka like he's Julio.
Hey, low key, low key. I'm not like he's a 12 catch, 140 yards, zero touchdowns type of guy. So I don't
He
know if
might
Julio's
be
ever really getting like 12, but definitely in that category.
and
But yeah, no,
relatively big body receiver. I mean, Puka is not small.
yeah, he is. He is big. That 12 makes him look smaller. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if it's like a number thing, but he's big. Possible.
I do feel like
Uh,
17 makes a receiver look larger. Is that crazy to say?
yeah. No, I don't. I think it's crazy to say at all. But I
See, but
think
I
just the
also
fact
think
that Devonte
11.
Adams.
I think 11 slims a receiver, but then you look at AJ Brown and it's like, never mind.
Yeah, that's because AJ Brown's a school Batman. He's a freak.
He's yeah,
But
he's yeah.
I was looking at Devonte Adams. He has like he has the most touchdowns in NFL history now at the 1 yard line, and like that's crazy. He beat Jerome Bettis, who had the record previously. Uh, him and Stafford have been like on a tear this year, so maybe it's not that insane. I feel like Nakua is a top five receiver potentially, and he's been like that for like last 2 years.
He's so good,
And
man.
that kind of shook me, but I guess Devonte is Devonte. Like his game is aged gracefully, so maybe I shouldn't be so surprised.
All right,
Maybe
so
Stafford's MVP, but I like everything about Drake May. Not to
I
get
was gonna say
too
we'll
but
stay on. We're gonna stay on this topic anyways. This is kind of wanted to talk to you about this. Obviously, you're going to lean a direction for obvious reasons, but one less game and 9 more touchdowns is a very huge
yeah,
swinger in that stat for me because I was kind of willing to be like come on though, like Drake don't got Devontae Adams, Puka Nakua, Kyron Williams, like he don't got all that. He don't got Sean McVay. No offense to Vrabel, but I think we could both agree here. One of them
although I
is
do think Josh
offensively,
McDaniels has been amazing this year.
yeah,
To be fair, but I get
not,
what you're saying. It's not
not
Sean McVay.
yeah, no disrespect. I was just more so saying that I was ready to like argue it, and then I'm watching. I taking so much sports media. I'm watching all this, and they're pulling up the like one less game, 9 more touchdowns. But again, you're not throwing to the same people. Plus, I mean, it's got to be historic how many times he's throwing on an end goal to go. You know what I mean? Like with less than 10
Yeah,
yards for an end zone, and just you can also dumb that stat down to just from 1 yard out. What does he have? 9 passing touchdowns within a yard right now.
that's
11
probably
touch.
all to Devonte.
They
Like,
are. Devontae Adams had 11 touchdowns in 3 games.
oh my god, I did not know that. That is actually what? Holy.
Just made that up right now.
Okay. I was like, it's like
That's
three,
how it
three, and
felt, dude.
five
I'm
or
about to go.
something.
I'm actually
Like,
about to go look
what?
at it, but it was like 7 touchdowns in 3 games. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that seems very much more because he had like three in that one game where Stafford had like
Yeah,
what 50 passing yards, five
it
touchdowns.
was yeah. It was 6 touchdowns. I guess I'm looking at it right now. It was 3 against Jacksonville, and then 2 the following week, and then 1 against the 49ers. So it was the 6 and 3, but it's still like he has 14 touchdowns.
Unprecedented.
14 touchdowns.
I I agree that stat is like it's monstrous, and at the end of the day, you gotta score points. I think it is a product of like them going for it so much, but whatever. Like that's their offense. He's that great. He's that elite. I'm not gonna take the almost every other category though. I think goes to Drake May. Like obviously not turnovers and touchdowns because I think Drake May has like one or maybe two more turnovers. But obviously 9 less touchdowns, a whole extra game played. Who knows what that gap looks like? But everything else after that, it goes to May. Deep ball accuracy, just regular accuracy, completion percentage, which is accuracy again. Maybe I should start. But yards per game, yards per attempt, everything goes Drake May's way, and ultimately, he doesn't have anyone the caliber of even Kyron Williams on offense.
The next closest like touchdown scorer, it has like 6 less than Devontae right now. Is that not pretty crazy?
Who's the next
Or
one?
receivers at least. Sorry, because JT running backs got to be
Okay.
up there. But for receivers,
Mm-hmm.
it's 14 with Adams, and I think the next one is I think it's Amon Ra with 9.
Dang, I know he's getting in there like that.
I want to know. I want to like find it out right now, but I don't want to like take time and just silence. But I want to know
At
how many of them are from a yard out. I feel like at least half.
least four. At least
No,
four.
I genuinely feel like at least half are from. Okay,
Okay,
I
but
guess
like
I'll
a
extend it to
yard.
like 5.
You know what I'm
Dude,
saying?
I'm
Yeah.
telling you the amount of times I'm watching the
Like
Rams and
a
they're
two or
throwing it from a
three
yard
yard.
away.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But like at the end of the day, it's probably like there's probably some that are like that's a yard, but it's really two or three because it's a yard and a half, or you know how it is. Like it's not. I get what you mean.
I need the
It's been
play
a
by
good. I
play.
mean,
I need to
he's
know.
there's a reason he has the most in NFL history at this point. Like over someone like Jerome Bettis. Like that's what's that stat? Jerome Bettis had -5 yards, 3 carries, 3 touchdowns. How does that even happen?
I really want to know. Like I really want to know how many times he's caught the ball from the like for a 1 yard touchdown. And that's credit to him. Great route running. He's always been a fantastic route runner. But his great route running mixed with Sean McVay's brain, and you have this. It's got to be. It's more
Honestly,
successful than the touch push at this point. Like
I am still leaning Stafford as MVP, like unbiasedly, but I think it's very close at this point. It felt much farther away before
so, it
last week.
also sucks because Drake May's also gonna go get a. He's gonna be on a bye week.
Yeah,
So
no, I can see
he doesn't play
the gap in them.
this week, correct? Also, do you know off the top of your head if you guys have any more primetime games the rest of the year?
No, that's it. That was it.
So I think the Rams do play in primetime once or 2 times more.
Yeah, that does swing a lot.
I was gonna say so he's gonna have more public view. It's gonna be. I want to say it's gonna be neck and neck. I hope it is. I just feel like the voters will probably go
Well,
Stafford,
Drake May has
which kind of
like
sucks. But Drake will get one, man. He'll get one.
yeah. Well, but I mean, like he's leading the league in yards. He's leading the league in completion percentage. He's doing it with less, more wins. Gonna have the first. We can after this bye week. We play Buffalo. If we beat Buffalo, we'll have literally won the division. We will be wearing hats and T-shirts like it's over. It's wrapped. It's week 14. The division's ours. Like I know schedule comes into it, and that's more of a schedule thing than anything. But I could see the Rams like they might. It's not a guarantee they win the division at this point. Like you know what I mean? And they haven't given the MVP to somebody who isn't a top 1 or 2 seed in the NFL. The MVP since like 2002 or something. Like
Could have done this like
ridiculous.
advanced stat lookup. I really want to know. It's like bugging
I
me.
just know that because I've been so deep in the weeds. Like I was consuming that media earlier today, but like that there's a lot of reasons why I think it could go May's way. I'm just coping and projecting for sure because as of right now, it probably is Stafford, but I don't think it's a done deal by any stretch of the imagination. But it's a 2-man race, though. To be fair, I don't think there's anyone else that's even going to get into the same stratosphere as them. Uh, so it's going to come down to that. Man, I
All
love
right,
Drake May.
so let's go into let's keep it on the same path. Well, the season's pretty much wrapped up. We did a mid-season one of these, so at this point, I think we kind of know where
Three
these awards
fourths.
are going. Yeah, there's some time to switch things, but it feels like most of them are relatively locked in at this point. I'm not gonna say that for MVP. Drake May could go on a run.
It's
Stafford could.
uh,
It doesn't statistically look the best, but I mean Drake's been incredible, and he's doing it with less, in my opinion, on a team that was less last year, and went through way more changes. Like we've said a lot just on this podcast already that give a coach time to instill their culture, like to build the team that they want to build. I.e., Aaron Glenn, like we're trying to give him a chance without firing him already.
I'm out on
And
him though. About years now. I'm
point
out on
being, Vrabel didn't need no time. Granted, he played there, and
him.
has a lot of ties to it, but he didn't need no time. He walked in the building, and you guys look scary. I don't want to play you. I wouldn't want to play you. I know we're in the NFC, the AFC, so there's only one way in which that happens. But if we're being honest here, one of our teams looks like that's a possibility. The other one, not so much. But let's
I'd love it though. I know one of us would have to like be just crushed, but one of us would also have to be happy. So
maybe.
I
Hey
take that
man,
deal.
I
That
hope
sounds
so.
like a damn good deal. I bet you take that deal.
All right, so let's go defensive player of the year. It feels easy, right? We could just crown him.
That's just literally
It's Miles Garrett, and we're done. Like,
yeah. He might be third in MVP.
It's pretty wild, right?
Yeah, like he's a deep boy, no doubt.
All right, so yeah, I think he's the easy vote at this point. So we're not gonna spend too much time on that one. We'll go to offensive player of the year, seemingly JSN, right?
Yeah,
Like
I'd say JSN just because I feel like
JT's
JT's kind of
there,
falling
but
off.
he's yeah, the whole team has.
Mhm.
I can.
Yeah,
I'm
they're on
pretty
like
sure I
a
could say I never
0-2
bought in,
slate.
right? Did I ever buy in? I don't
Yeah,
feel like I was
we
ever a Colts
never.
guy.
Yeah, we were both never really like when is it? We were both like when is this gonna end for sure. But I mean, them having a negative record on the road
I remember
this
saying
stretch of
I'm not
time is
ready
gonna
to
make a
concede
number.
that Daniel Jones is like on that Sam Darnold path. I remember saying those words. Man, we're him. We are them. Also, you know,
He
Danny's
also has a
dealing with an
fractured
injury.
leg though.
Yeah, I was about to say, got to give
Yeah,
him a little bit of.
but you're out there. You're out there.
So
Gotta play.
that is very true. I was looking. I was trying to look. I'm 3 touchdowns in, and none of them have been from less than a yard out so far. I gotta find out though. For this is for my own sanity at this point. None of them have been from 1 yard out to this point. 10, quite a few like less than 10 yards, but which would be the goal to go. You would think, right? But you don't technically know that. Like if it was first and 10, they were at the 15, and they threw it on 2nd and 4 for a 9 yard touchdown. You know what I mean? Was that good math? I don't know. I just did that on the fly. All right, moving on. Coach of the year. This one's interesting to me. Do you want to crown Vrabel for this one?
Um,
Like for you personally, do you
honestly,
feel as if he deserves it?
does he deserve it? 100%. Is it clear cut? I'm not sure because Ben Johnson, I could see it. Honestly, I could see Kyle Shanahan dealing with it too, just because like the things he's had to overcome to even get here. My vote, biased. I don't care. It would be Vrabel, but it's not so clear cut to me. It's not a two-man race.
Okay, so biasly Vrabel, but you're sounding like Ben Johnson is who you'd vote for if you weren't a Pats fan.
No, I think I'm saying like I could see it being rose colored. It's a two. It's not a two-man race. I would be okay with either one. Is basically what I'm saying. I would vote Vrabel. I'm okay with Ben Johnson because this the Bears. Like the Patriots are the Patriots. Whatever. I don't want to sound like cocky or whatever the hell. Like whatever. We've been great. The Bears are the Bears. They're the Jets of the NFC. The fact that they're there, it shocks me to be honest.
Okay, I'm gonna throw in Devontae Adams is just gonna keep popping up in between. That's why I keep looking because again, I said it's bothering me. His 3 touchdown game, his 3 touchdown catches were for a combined 4 yards. Just wanted to.
That's
One was a 1 yard touchdown. One was a 1 yard touchdown. One was a 2 yard touchdown. 3 touchdowns, 3 catches, 4 yards. That wasn't his stat line for the game, but just going into the point of this man is somehow a better short yardage play right now than the touch push. Just that 9 to 17 connection. It's pretty crazy. Unleash 9. Um,
not on game day.
if I had to give a coach of the year, I probably would lean Ben Johnson. Maybe that's
Yeah,
some cope because they just came into Philadelphia and ran the ball down the Eagles' throats. I'm not saying
it's that
mine.
close.
I would probably say Ben, but again, I kind of almost want to say like, look what they're doing with what they're doing. Like, look what they are doing with who is on the roster, and I don't know how close like people would feel this is. I would, I guess it's not as far of a talent discrepancy as the former conversation, but I think that it would go into play. I would probably give it to Ben Johnson.
Yeah,
Just being
the
the
reason
one seed with the
why.
Bears is. But you can
Yeah,
also
I
how
also
many how many
one
games
seed
you
with
guys
the
win
Pats.
last year? 3,
We won four.
4
Did you ever
games.
disrespect me that
So
kind
the
again?
jump is shut the hell up. The jump is better, right? You can make that argument for Vrabel. I
Yeah.
was trying to give you an
My
argument.
my argument for why it's variable, and I'm being completely honest, this is like I said I'd be fine with Ben Johnson. We have the best special teams in the NFL, the fifth best defense in the NFL, and the sixth best offense in the NFL. The Bears have the eighth best offense in the NFL, the 24th or whatever it is. It's mediocre at best defense in the NFL, and the special teams is also mediocre. Head coach is everything; it encompasses everything. I know Ben Johnson, that's his side of the ball. He's the play caller, yada yada yada. Head coach is everything, and everything the Patriots do is elite. Rose colored is sure. Elite defense is great because we played such soft schedules. I don't disagree. I
Have
think
you
we had the
actually seen that
31st
stat?
ranked. That stat for the Patriots being the fifth ranked defense and the sixth ranked offense. Yeah, but the reason why our
Excuse me.
defense is so good isn't necessarily talent. We've played the 31st ranked. Like if you just took opponents points per game and just took their opponents we played offenses where they rank in the NFL, we've had the 31st like easiest schedule. Defense is actually the 16th. It's more middle of the pack, so that Drake May's stuff is elevated to that. But I also gotta knock our defense down. It's not impressive when we're up a lot, a lot of the time, and we're playing against teams that can't complete a forward pass like it's 1950. So
So
I will
that's.
say that.
I was actually gonna say the win percentage argument. Like we said
Mm,
going into the year that your schedule and the Niners schedule was gonna be a cakewalk. It's almost proven to be easier. Is that crazy? Like
I don't
I'm pretty
know
sure your
if that's the case.
the win percentage of your opponents is
Is point
30.31, so 31%,
yeah
right?
no 0.38. Disrespect me again.
What?
But yes, it's
3.8?
0.38, I believe.
Are you sure,
Yeah.
man? I'm pretty sure it's lower than that. I'm pretty sure
Maybe
it's
maybe
lower
because
than
we
that.
play the Giants. Man, I don't know if that'd be that.
I'm
I don't
really
know,
like I'm
but
almost certain that it's lower than that because I feel like I've
okay,
seen it
it
recently.
could be. It could be. It could. I thought it was 0.382, but it could be 0.312.
I think it's 314.
That's fine.
No, that's
That's
pi.
fine. But I I think the reason why it seems easier than you expected because I don't think that 1% is shocking. I think it's just we're that much better. If that makes
Oh, that
sense.
was another thing I was
It's
gonna say.
easier.
It is
Like
crazy that you guys have how many games left? Four, five, four games left.
mm,
Because it's a bye week
wait,
14, so then 15, 16, 17. So 4 games. You have 4 games left, right?
yeah.
15, 16, 17, 18. Yeah, okay. 2 games ago, I'm pretty sure you guys surpassed the win total I had on the year for you.
Yeah.
With 4 to go.
Yeah.
I'm
No,
wildly impressed. I'm glad that I had you guys in the playoffs, but I had you guys as a wild card. I had the Bills in front of the division. When you're wrong, you're wrong, and this is one of those situations where I'm glad to be wrong. You know, being your best friend and uh, I'm beloved in New England.
yeah, you're beloved in New England.
But being a like, not, I don't want to say a co-pats man because I only bleed for one team, same as you feel. But it's like you're so locked. You're like you're so locked in that in a sense I'm locked in too.
You're Patriot adjacent.
Yeah, that's a very good way to say it. So I've been, man, I feel like I'm proud of them boys. Like I feel like they're going out there and playing for me. Like also I'm in another
it,
game in, so here's your Devontae Adams break. He had 2 touchdowns in this game. One was from 3 yards out. One was from 4 yards out. They were both first and goal. So that's
First
not
and goal. Wow.
that's now 5 touchdowns on goal to go plays, and
Yeah.
all from 5 or less yards out.
That's why I'm kind of saying like 1 yard. I don't know because I think he only has like 15 in his career from the 1 yard line, which is like an NFL record.
Yeah, he's got like 4 of them this season though.
No, yeah, for sure. But I mean, like I was saying, I was like, I feel like it's a lot of like two and like a
It's
long
it is
2
it's just
yards.
crazy though. Like
Yeah,
it's been kind of nuts.
yeah. I know.
I'm just gonna
Automatic. He's my
keep.
favorite receiver all
And the
time.
next one, this one's for 2 yards. It's got. I'll get a real breakdown on it because I'm curious, but I would say half of his touchdowns. I would say half his touchdowns. I'm not gonna say more. I'm not gonna say less. I think 7 of his 14 touchdowns are on goal to go / 5 yards from the goal line.
Okay,
And
yeah,
I'll
that's
fact
fine.
check that, and we'll talk about
I
it next
agree with that.
podcast.
I agree with that. I agree with
That's
that. But
7 of his 14 touchdowns.
the 1 yard, I think is probably 4.
It's still pretty
1 yard line
crazy
is
though.
probably 4. I know.
And they're first and
I was
goal
just
almost every time. It's not run. Okay, we're getting stuffed. Let's pass it. No, it's
yeah.
like Kyron, pretend you're getting the ball. We're throwing it to Devontae.
And it's always, bro. It is always a slant, and he always wins inside immediately.
He's
I
so
don't know what he
good. It's
does
route running. It's
technicality wise.
eyes. It's
Yeah, head movement,
it's
all that
bad
stuff.
corners.
He sells it every time. He never goes out. It is never an out-breaking touchdown, ever. Like I don't understand how they fall for it
We
every
need the
time.
advanced stats on
Beat me
that.
on anything but a slant. I mean, for real, beat me on anything but a slant. You're not gonna cross
Let's
my
talk about
face.
AJ Brown's best route like that.
You're not gonna cross my. I don't want. You're not gonna.
Deep ball. All
Cross my. Saquon up the middle. Dang.
right, we'll take a
But
quick Eagles break. Kevin Patullo's house getting egged. Where do you fall on that? Cross the line?
I think it does cross the line only because they had to find his house and then they threw something at it. Now
That's
that
pretty true.
something could be
It's
anything.
pretty true.
But
That's
like,
what
in
I
terms
said
of
yesterday.
security, like I'd be worried about my kids and wife and dog and all that.
That's
Like,
very
I'd be
fair.
like,
That's valid. Philly is crazy, and it might start with eggs, but how does it progress? All these points are very valid. So, without with
I'd probably move.
Please don't take me too seriously. Because it's eggs, I'm all fucking for it. I'm all
Yeah,
for it.
it's hard.
If it was
Eggs
a
in the house
rock, a
is hard
brick,
because
anything, nah,
yeah,
nah, hell nah. Taking it too far. But you know, you make good points, and they're valid points. And being a family man, like you gotta take care of your family. So I understand why he said it crosses the line. And
especially
from
considering in
from a,
Chicago, huh?
thank God.
No, I'm saying like he wasn't even home to like defend his family. No, not to like I get you know what I mean. Like it was like
No.
he was
That was in
away.
Philly. That was in Philly. Our
I was
game was
in
in Philly.
Philly.
I told you they came to Philly and they ran it down the Eagles' throat. Not mine.
I
I didn't have
that's
nothing to
okay.
do with that
I
one.
thought it was in Soldier Field for some
No, that's what made it more embarrassing, bro. We wore all black to our own funeral.
reason.
All right, I just had to get that one off my chest. I'm cool with Egg and Bro's house. Not for real though. I do think it crosses the line.
It is a little funny though. It's a little
The
like
Eagles fan because it was eggs. I feel like I could take it
because it's
like a
eggs, yeah,
bit lighthearted.
for sure.
I didn't read the whole story though, so you know maybe they did throw other stuff. I'm not
I think
vandalism
it would have
isn't
been. I think they
okay.
probably
I'm
would have
not
led with that.
supporting it. Yeah, I was gonna
Even if there
say,
was one brick, they probably
especially
would have
because
led
they're
with
Eagles
bricks.
fan, right? Like, you're
Probably,
brick.
yeah, probably, yeah. But
Especially because they're Eagles fans. You're gonna it probably started as eggs and then.
mm. How do you think this Texans Chiefs game is gonna go?
Let's talk about that on a deeper scale before we get to the game. I was wrong.
The
You were
Chiefs as a
right.
whole?
I want you to take your victory lap on this one.
No,
Like
I'm
you,
not taking a victory lap.
I really think you should. It's wrapped up. Like it's wrapped up from the
Oh,
Chiefs.
the division, yeah.
Yeah, from the
I don't know if
Chiefs.
the yeah. Okay, you mean that the Broncos maybe.
But
I
they also can't. I don't know if they're making the playoffs. And you called that before it happened. You called how they're a bad team on the road before it became a narrative. Like you've been on a hot streak when it comes to the Chiefs this year. Like
it's just my
maybe other
haters
stuff,
manifesting.
maybe other stuff too. Don't get me wrong, but like it has been pretty crazy. It's like you're predicting our whole season. They might need to call you and ask you to start saying positive stuff. They're
It's
gonna
just
go on a
my
run.
I'm just manifesting,
Okay.
awfulness for them. So my dynasty could be better. But
I have two more things because I know that your question is about the game, which ultimately means you're asking me about their chance to make the playoffs, right? Because that's what this
yeah,
game really means.
that's what
Okay,
it leads to.
I'm gonna get to that. I do have one more question before I get to it.
Mm.
Where do you stand on Mahomes versus Brady?
Oh, I feel
Obviously,
like
no, hold on. I know, obviously, there's still a large gap in just rings. So I'm not saying that they're tied. I'm not saying that they will be tied. I'm very curious, especially because, we both watch the same show. First things first, probably the best sports show out
it is.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, number one. But what caught my attention is I don't feel like I've ever heard them have that conversation before, like Brady and Mahomes. Like I know they have. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying like I've never really heard Kevin Wildes talk about it, and he was like they shouldn't be mentioned in the same breath. Kind of
I feel the same way.
okay. That's kind of what I was wondering because I was like, I feel like if it was my QB one, and you know how I feel about Brady. I disrespect him verbally all the time, but if someone asks me who's the GOAT, I know the answer. I'm not an idiot.
Yeah.
But and
Honestly,
it
on
just kind of made me
some
curious because it's like, did we crown the conversation too early? Like, I
on
feel
some
like he
white
won
mamba
one.
stuff, Peyton Manning is closer to Mahomes than Mahomes is to Brady. Like truthfully, in my opinion, I think if Mahomes, not that he goes down the toilet or nothing, but let's say he doesn't even make it back from the Super Bowl, he has a 15-year career. That's a long career. 25 years, like he's never gonna catch Brady statistically. That is never gonna happen. No one's playing that long. That's part of the reason why I think no one's like Brady's got the Jordan aspect and the LeBron aspect. You have to be both. You have to have the longevity and the peak. Now, Mahomes year to year, there probably is way more quarterbacks that have had greater single seasons than Brady has, but it's never just been about that for the good debate. Obviously, uh, Mahomes is definitely closer to Peyton Manning though than he is Brady. He's 30. There's no guarantee this dude's gonna play until he's 40. Uh, Andy Reid, I don't think Andy Reid's coaching there for another 4 or 5 years. Kelsey's gone. Like it's hard to retool the roster. There's a reason it went 10 years in between two Patriots Super Bowls wins. We did have appearances. I hate the Giants. I'm glad we blew them up the way we did. It's not a guarantee that he's even going to be playing 10 years from now, or that they're going to retool the team in any way similar to how we did. Like I don't see that happening. But you take statistics. Not even close. Never gonna touch him.
He's
Brady's
already
beat
top
him
five though,
head to
right?
head. He's already
Yeah,
top
and we
five.
said that. We said that.
Statistically, he's already top five.
No. I'm asking you, like
Oh,
all time. What does
hey, he's in the second best
is he?
quarterback
I
of
was
all
gonna
time.
say,
Yes, for
is
sure.
he already on your Mount Rushmore of QBs?
Oh
Is
yeah,
Patrick
but
Mahomes
that's what I'm
already on the
saying.
Mount
He's
Rushmore?
closer to Manning, who's
So,
third, than
which
he
is
is to
valid.
Brady at
That's
first.
extremely valid. I honestly, I think you're right, and it's like I feel like I'm both guilty of it and innocent at the same time. It's weird because it's like I do feel like I mention Mahomes' name in the same breath as Tom Brady's, and at the same time, I remember talking to you in 2018 about it. Like the one thing that sucks is say Mahomes does go on to tie Brady or get a ring. You know, it gets six. Let's just say for the sake of argument, he gets
And
six,
at the
not
time it was
seven.
six.
Oh my god, I did the thing. Um, let's just say he gets six. It doesn't matter because we're always going to be like he had his chance head to head, he couldn't do it
Yes,
in a Super Bowl and in an AFC, two of the biggest games, and he couldn't beat Brady head to head.
it led directly to rings.
Yeah, exactly. So we've always had this conversation like it doesn't matter what Brady or what Mahomes does. He'd almost have to get 8 rings to even be able to even the
Yeah,
conversation, and I don't think that's happening. So
and his peak is higher than Brady. I'm not here. I'm not gonna do. I think Rodgers had a higher peak than Brady. I think Matt Payne had a higher peak than Brady. I think even Breeze had a higher peak than Brady on a
no one's ever
year-to-year
gonna beat
basis.
Brady's IQ though.
Yeah, that too. His pocket presence. I mean, honestly, I still think it was 50-50. Bill Belichick, Tom Brady. I'm not gonna switch up on my goat like that ever. Especially in the first few years, like it's not even close. Our defense is what won us championships, and that Rams Super Bowl at the very end, our defense is what won us that championship. So, in my opinion, at least 4 of those rings is I'd attribute that to Belichick. But overall, 20 years, the whole thing, it probably was a little bit, maybe a little bit more Brady, but it's 50-50. I don't care.
It's fine to feel that
He
way.
led the culture. He took a pay cut. The reason why the Chiefs are having so many problems, in my opinion, is you're paying a quarterback 17 or 20% of your cap space. That was never the case with Brady. And we would always, recycle talent, always,
Yeah,
cheap players, get
but
them
Brady
in.
was
They're
married
not
to a
doing that
model
though.
who was making bread too. So
Yeah, but that doesn't matter. That
just
doesn't
playing.
matter. Like that, like he would have took the pay cut regardless.
No,
In my
I
opinion.
was
In
just
my
kidding. I
opinion.
was just playing around.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
No, I
he's
agree.
never
It was
catching them.
something that I like felt like was super interesting because I guess I kind of assumed that everyone kind of just felt the same way or like the
That they're
way
being
it's
great
talked
forever.
about that it's like yeah it has been talked about like when Mahomes catches Brady statistically, not if. Does that make sense? I feel like
Yeah,
that is how it
I
has
feel
been
like I'm.
discussed in a way.
Yeah, in
And
some way, and I feel like I'm on my Max Kellerman arc with the. I feel like I've been saying for years to you, there's no guarantee he's gonna play 15, 20 years.
no,
There's
yeah,
no guarantee his
100%.
team is gonna be
I
great.
was
There's
kind of
no
gonna get
guarantee
there
Andy
too.
Reid's gonna be here. Yeah, but like I'm saying, like on my Max Kellerman stuff, I was probably 2 or 3 years too early, but it really is no guarantee. Like there's zero guarantee that he's gonna get another Hall of Fame, even caliber weapon to go along with him. And there's no guarantee Andy Reid's there in 4 years. He got Andy Reid on the very back end of his career. Not to say that Belichick was some spring chicken, but he he coached for 25 years. You know what I
Yeah,
mean with Brady. Like
no, 100%. I was really curious to have a conversation with you, just because like it again it does feel as if it became a conversation of when he catches him, or almost as if he had already done so because his like beginning of his career has been so dominant. How many AFC championships in a row?
so,
And three wins, right? Three Super Bowl rings because it's two against the Niners and the one against us. God kill me now. They
Niner Merchant.
we denied him one, and Brady denied him one. So
Yeah,
he's been to five already
twice.
in his career,
Nine twice.
and he is only 30. So I understand the conversation, like only, but yet he is like he already, like at the same time
Mm-hmm.
somehow he's only
And
30,
that's
but
what
at
I've
the same
heard.
time he's already 30. So you're so right. You're super right, and I do think. But what I was gonna get to was the thing about, and you said something about peaks, and that's what I wanted to kind of comment on. I get what you're saying. I would word it a little bit differently though. I think that for a couple year span, at least more than a couple, I'll say 4 or 5 years, you could be losing a game, or the Chiefs could be losing a game, and it just never felt like they were gonna lose the game because he was that good in those moments. Him being Mahomes, that good in those moments, and he was that good making a play when it broke down immediately. When you think there's no play, he would make an incredible play. I don't see that anymore. I don't. Like I don't fear him rolling out to his side and making that crazy throw. I see it. I see him still rolling out, but it's like he doesn't complete them anymore. Whether it's a
His
miss
deep
on
ball
his part
accuracy is in
or a
the
drop on someone else's
garbage.
part, yeah,
That's
I don't fear him on that aspect, and that's kind of what I was gonna say to kind of switch it or to segue that into Brady. Brady never he didn't ever have that in his game really. Not to say he never made that play, but you know what I mean. That's not his game. It wasn't scramble, make time, make a huge ball. It was stand and deliver. And I've never feared anybody like I feared Brady. You guys were down 8 in the Super Bowl with I don't know how long. I know that was a long time ago, but I was
yeah.
scared. I was scared. It's Tom Brady. He had 500 some passing yards already. I'm thinking he's gonna carve us again. I think you guys had 17 seconds or something, and I'm still sitting there about to pee myself because Tom Brady has the football in the Super Bowl, and he has a chance to tie the ball game.
Tom Brady
I don't
was
think anyone's ever gonna be just that level
backbone
of
loaded.
surgical, man. Like clutch, surgical. You've never really heard me talk about Tom Brady like this because I hate so much, which is why I try not to hate on like currently LeBron and currently even Mahomes. Like I want to be able to appreciate greatness instead of hating on it, like I did for Brady for so long. I have to agree with you. I don't think definitely not in our lifetime. I don't think we're seeing a quarterback half of who Tom Brady was. I really don't. I
He had
really
three Hall
don't.
of Fame careers.
So, that's so
Yeah,
fire. That's so fire. All right. I can actually
he
answer your question now.
yes.
Unless you want to wrap it up, you can. I just
No,
wanted
I
to.
just I there's just one stat though too, not in defense of Mahomes because I'm gonna blaze Brady till the dad die again, another buzzword. I It took Brady until year 15 to I'll just say a stat in a different inverse because it's kind of hard to follow that way. Mahomes has left the field 3 times this year on a game-winning drive with the lead to take it in the fourth quarter. X amount of time left, whatever crunch time, and has lost all 3 of those games. It took Brady until year 15 to lose those 3 games where he came back in the fourth quarter, left the field with the lead. It took him 15 years to lose 3 of those types of games. This one year, Mahomes has lost 3 of those games. I know it's different, whatever, different era, whatever you want to say, blah blah blah. Brady's clutch factor, all that, it doesn't matter. Mahomes has been kind of getting sold by everything around him. In his defense,
No, I agree.
but
This wasn't
again,
supposed to be
he is
hating
the
on
second
Mahomes.
best quarterback of all time. He's barely 30. Like it's not even close in my opinion. I mean, I
I
was
think
making
it's
a joke
somehow
like he's
both,
closer
but
to
it's
Manning.
yeah. I think it's both though. Like right, like he's already 30, but he's only 30. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Like
and
it's kind of
he,
crazy
he
that he's
listen.
30 years old because he dominated at such a young age. Also, I mean, I'm your boy. I'm gonna
You
ride
have
for you
the
no matter
body
what.
type.
But I don't know if you've ever been more right about anything in your life than Mahomes, which is so weird because you're going to have to always take the side of Brady in that argument. But you called Mahomes. Do you remember that?
Yeah,
I was gonna
like
say, I
two
feel
years
like you
ago.
have to remember that. Like you were talking about him pre-draft, saying you liked him as like just like his physicality, the way he threw the ball, the way he could make a play, and then you were like, man, I think you were saying that the Bears should have drafted him. I don't remember who it was. One of the teams you were saying should have drafted him, and the Chiefs got him and sat him a year. In that whole year he was sitting, you were like telling me the year, but like the going into the season he was going to start, you had been telling me that his whole rookie year, like he's really good, and sitting is going to be good for him. I swear you said all this stuff. Like it just sounds like BS, but it's like ball. And I've
It's
never really been tapped into like college like that, and I should, especially since my dream would be for this podcast to like blow up and be able to just do this like for a living. That'd be fantastic, right? But I need to know more about who's coming into the NFL as well. But that was huge, man. Like props to you because I mean you
I'd add more misness, but
for him to be like in the GOAT conversation, which he's not, right? That was what we're just talking about.
oh
Like,
yeah,
but for him
I mean
to
I didn't see
be
that coming for sure.
but yeah, but I'm saying like to be right on a guy like that is nuts, and this is coming from a dude who once said Zach Ertz is better all time than Gronkowski. Um, all right,
Drake May's gonna be better than Mahomes. I'm calling that now. I'm joking. I'm joking.
I don't hate it. All right,
But I
all right, let's go.
something in
Woo!
there. Okay. Do you think
I'm scared of
the
this game.
Chiefs? Yeah. Do you think they have the firepower to go and get this and pull this out, get
See, and
into
it's
the
so weird
playoffs
because
again?
they're offensively. they're very high ranked in almost every category statistically. Like
Yeah,
top five to top six. I don't. It's pretty.
and it's because of how aggressive they've been. They've been so
Their
aggressive.
defense
Their
has
deep
been
ball has not been
awful.
there.
Their defense has
Yeah,
been awful. And
on
what I
third
also
and
want to
long.
say, like, and this isn't as good as as being on Mahomes as early as you were long term, but I really wish they made that trade, man, for Brees, because it feels like if they could just get a lead and sustain the lead by keeping the other team off the field, they have no run game. They can't keep the clock moving. It's bad. It's bad.
Better yet, why not make the trade for Jalen Waddle? We say that about Josh Allen and the Bills, but
I don't think they
why
need a
not do it for
receiver.
Waddle?
I don't think they
I
need a
get what
receiver.
you're saying, but these dudes are dropping the balls left and right. Like Worthy can maybe his peak might be
No,
70% better than Waddle.
Rashi is fantastic.
Yeah, he's amazing, but that's more of a different like it's a different type of receiver. You know what I mean?
And I don't disagree with you,
He's
but I
probably the
just
Thunder to
well, we'll
Waddle,
see,
like
right? We'll see. But also, I had a conversation. You were there. I had a conversation with my brother yesterday. He asked me how I'd feel about the Eagles getting Isaiah Likely. I didn't say this to him because I didn't want to break his little heart, but I think that Isaiah Likely might be a Chief. Like,
man, that would be tragic. Tragic.
I think Travis is probably done after this year. I could be wrong. It doesn't sound like he's gonna be done, but I think he
Are they gonna
is.
spend their money though?
And I think Likely is. How much is he gonna go for?
I think he's gonna go for a lot. I think he's a top
Really?
10 tight end in the NFL.
I
Yeah, I
think
think
he's
he's gonna go
talented,
for
but I
like
think he's always injured. So I just don't think that people are gonna want to pay that
okay, yeah.
price.
There's that. You're right. There's that part of it, but again,
All right, we're off topic again, man. We need to talk
yeah,
this
sorry.
game. Sorry, no, that's not you.
Yes.
That's me. Okay, I wish they would have made that trade because I feel a little bit better about this game, and I say that because to win for the Chiefs, they need to they have to play their strengths right now, and their strengths is not running the football, but playing to their strengths is playing against the strength of the Texans in their pass rush. That D line
Defensive
is
tackles too.
incredible. It's
Hey,
incredible.
real quick. Do you think this is the greatest edge duo that we've ever seen in NFL history? I'm not even being hyperbolic.
Like Will
I'm
Anderson
not
and
talking
Danielle.
interior. Yeah, I'm not talking like interior mixed with that.
Loved
I'm
it.
talking
I
about
loved
strictly
Danielle.
edge.
Loved Danielle Hunter when he was a freaking Viking.
Mhm.
And then I kind of felt like he lost a step, and then they traded him,
Yeah,
and he got
this
a
last
bag.
year or two.
And then
Yeah.
and they gave him a lot of money too. And I'm thinking like they're paying for Danielle Hunter
Sure.
3 years ago. Nope, they're right.
Yeah.
That's a great
No,
question.
that's real.
That's a great question.
That's the
You're putting me
exact
on the
thought I had
spot.
though.
You're putting me on the
No, yeah,
spot for
yeah.
real. So it's like
I
I
was just
wanna.
curious because
It's definitely the best in the league this year. That's really easy to
yeah,
say,
they both
right?
have 14 sacks, I believe, right now, and they're both probably
That's incredible.
I don't,
Wow,
I don't know. Maybe they're on.
that is
Might be
pretty.
12.
That's
They're
pretty
both in
incredible.
double digits. They're both in double digits,
Yeah,
and they both lead. They're both top five in pressures. Like,
yeah. If because
uh,
you said defensive edge duo, so not just D line as a whole.
mm.
I might give it to him. That's wild. I didn't even think about that.
The only people I've thought in that aspect was Mathis and Freeney on the Colts. Obviously, whole body of work. They had 10 years together. Whole body of work. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying this specific season is this the best edge we've ever seen. I think it is, to be honest.
I'm really
Or I
like trying
guess
to think
whoever
about
Miles
it.
Garrett's got, whoever he's lugging around with him these days. But I think it's them. I think it's those two.
I was thinking like probably who was on the other edge of Reggie White with the Eagles this season, but like that's hard for me to even really say though because I didn't watch that, you know. So it's like yeah, I
Yeah.
can box score watch
No,
it,
but
but
there
I think it's
was an
Clyde
amazing
Simmons
edge.
is the other one.
Yes,
It was Clyde
Clyde
Simmons
something.
And Reggie White.
Yeah,
Clyde
and
Simmons,
they
Reggie White.
had.
They were fantastic. And then
Mhm.
there was another one with the Giants with when LT like was dominating. He had another edge.
Yeah, I think it was
Something
Doomerville, but I
Marshall.
believe he was a linebacker.
No, Leonard Marshall, I think.
Oh. See, there's a good pools. Our ball knowledge might not be deep enough, but it's definitely the best I've ever watched in my lifetime. I
That's what I
think
was gonna say. The only other thing I could think was like,
maybe
I
some
mean,
Steelers or Purple
who
People.
was the like? I genuinely don't know this, so this is it's kind of probably embarrassing to admit. Maybe not. I'll see. Who wasn't there something called the New York Sack Exchange?
Yeah,
So were they like
but
that? Like were they going crazy? I don't know if they were even D
that might have
tackles
been
or.
a whole D line though. I'm not. Yeah, that might have been an entire the D line. I don't know if there's a better D line than the Purple People Eaters because they had the MVP at D tackle now on Page. and then they had two amazing edges that might be in this conversation. But
The
I
only
mean, you
other
might be able
one,
to say Reggie White with the
the only other one I could think of, like truly that I do feel like we watched was Von Miller and DeMarcus Ware.
Marcus Ware.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was like back half to Marcus Ware. So, but yes, you're right. It was still amazing.
All right. Yeah. I'm gonna go. Yeah. I'm gonna say yes.
I think so too.
I'm like
I think I'm in that boat.
I'm not even like feeling like it's necessarily a soft yes either. Like it's and they still got
Yeah.
games to go. They still got games to go. So
Yeah, and we're projecting a little bit though, because if they ended the season today, then I don't think it would be the case. But I think they can both push for 15 plus sacks, to be honest, and top five in pressures. Like that's a scary deal. And then you pair it with Stingley and Petrie. Oh yeah, they're cooking out there. Oh my god, and Kamari Lassiter. You know I love Kamari Lassiter. That is a dog. They got a great team.
so the
Sorry.
Chiefs are 6-6. 6-6. Wow,
One
man.
and five away.
1-5 on the road. See another classic one by you called that. It's
Same
pretty
as the
wild.
Raiders. Same as
Pretty
the
wild.
Browns.
I
Same
don't
as
even
the
know what the Eagles are
Commanders.
on the
Same
road.
as the Saints.
I do
Like,
know that the only
we'll have to
loss
be
they
in that
have
conversation.
at home is us, though. The Chiefs. It's
Ooh,
Philly.
I did not know that because they're 5-1. Obviously, it'd have to be the inverse at home.
So their only loss at home is us. So I do know that
This is
part.
at this is at Arrowhead.
Is it? What's the
I
point spread on
think
this
it's
game?
at Arrowhead. I'm not exactly
Week
sure. I
14
believe this
Chiefs
is at
playoff.
Arrowhead, and I believe the Chargers game is also at Arrowhead.
So
They're
if
probably
they
the two
win
most difficult
out,
teams in their division.
they have a 98% chance to go to the playoffs.
Yeah, and once they're in the playoffs, I'm probably not taking anyone above them. I almost really am like rooting for them to lose this
I
because
kind of don't want them to be in the playoffs this year, and
I'm
and I'm
just
kind of glad that I could say that too because it was like for take integrity for a while there. I almost found myself rooting for not almost. I was rooting for them because I wanted to be right. Everyone wants to be right, you know what I mean? So it's like I wanted to be right. I didn't want to doubt greatness, which is what we talked about when we did our playoff predictions. And now it's just like, all right, I'm wrong. Just be wrong, please. Like, please don't go. Like, don't lose your division, but then go like win a Super Bowl. Please don't do that, please.
yeah,
Because
don't
then when I
dynasty.
gave up on y'all, that's when you like. Because then you know what I mean. Like, I could just next year be like, I said they would win the division. They didn't, but they went to the Super Bowl again. So to win, like a moral victory. Okay, so right now they currently sit at a 36% chance to go to the playoffs. Um, a loss to this one, I want the Texans to win this game for the Texans' purposes, and then you throw in the fact that they could kind of put the nail in the coffin of the Chiefs. It's potential, right? Because if the Chiefs go and win the last four, they go 4-1, which is it's still possible they get in. I'm pretty
I
sure.
don't know if 10. I don't know if 10 wins gets you in the playoffs.
Well, it's
It's
like
possible.
they need to go 4-1 for a chance. They need to go 5-0 to like really get themselves in the playoffs. So that's why I'm saying like,
Yeah.
whoo, this is dicey. And every time I want to say like this is a game you don't bet against Mahomes. That's always
The
what I think
last
though.
two though. Whatever.
Yeah, this
About the
is
same
tough.
thing.
This is tough. Mm.
I think I am leaning the Chiefs, and that's just because of Mahomes' greatness.
If I'm leaning the Chiefs, it actually, and this is, and it has something to do with that. But for me, it's more so like, I'm about to change the topic. I'm sorry, but it reminded me of another conversation I want to have with you. Is Bryce Young better than C.J. Stroud now?
Oh no. Jesus, no.
No. Are you sure?
I don't. I think Bryce Young is still.
I
I wouldn't give Bryce Young a fifth year option.
well, no,
That's
yeah,
where
I'm
I'm at.
not. I'm not doing that either. I just mean,
I'd
I think it's a
sign
conversation. I really
Stroud to
do.
a $50 million deal today.
I wouldn't.
That's how far the gap I think it is between
I wouldn't.
them. Okay,
I
CJ
like
Stroud.
C.J.
We saw
Stroud.
the peak he had. Right?
Yeah, he's been
Bryce is
awful
never
for
gonna
2
come
years
close to
though.
that. Well, he's only been in the league for 2 years.
No, this is year 3, and he's sucked the last 2 years.
I guess this was year 3. Are you sure this is year 3?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
positive
it is
this
year
is year
3.
3. His rookie year was
Yeah.
was
Okay, so we're
phenomenal.
in year 3 currently. But to be fair though, his offensive line has been atrocious.
I just yeah, but
You gotta overcome it. I know what you're saying. You gotta overcome
it's bad, dude. He has 11 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, a 66.1 QBR. He's 25th in yards. Yes, he's dealt with injuries this year. I'm not going to pretend that's not part of it, but I don't
I get what
I
you're saying.
don't
Did he
I
peak
don't
his rookie year? What's his rookie year's peak? I just don't think
this
Bryce is
conversation.
good.
I think it's a conversation. I don't know if CJ's good though. That's kind of where I'm at. I don't know. I'm not trying to disrespect him. He had a great rookie year. It was the best rookie year we had seen until the next year. Um, and then it's rough, but it's like he was really good in year one. And I don't think he's done anything since then. So
That's
to
true.
answer the question, that is kind of why I think I would lean the Chiefs, despite the Texans' defensive prowess. I I don't believe in C.J. Stroud. I don't believe in Davis Mills at all. But I'm pretty sure this is going to be
Back
C.J.
we were
C.J.
talking about
played last
Davis
week,
Mills
right?
last year. Yeah.
So I think CJ plays again this.
I just I just think the Chiefs have been automatic at home, just like they've been the opposite of automatic away.
And they could have beat
I
us. The one loss that they have at home, they could have beat us. We got an interception off of Kelsey's mistake, and I feel
and
as
their
if that was the
one
difference in
loss
that game.
away, they could have lost two against the Giants. Like the one win on the road is against the Giants. So it's like
Yeah.
who's 0-7. The Giants are 0-7 away. Or that doesn't make sense because they're at home. Why am I even bringing that up? My bad. It basically it could
Giants beat
have they could
us.
have gone either
Oh,
way. There's a
yay.
lot of things that could have went away. They're like 0-5
I
in the
hate
last
the
four
Giants,
games. There's a
man.
lot of stuff that could have went their way.
Jackson Dart's
I hate the
dumb.
Giants too. I'm glad we were blowing them up. That
Me too. I wish the Eagles
love
did
that
that.
brand of football.
I guess we
Love
kind
that
of
brand
did
of
in the
football.
second game, right? But they didn't make me feel better enough.
Yeah, but no, the Chiefs. I I don't want them to win this game because I don't want them to make the playoffs. I'm not gonna sit here and lie like, oh, I've been like, oh, the Broncos win the division, blah blah blah. It's just because I think the Chiefs are depleted on talent, and the raw and the schedule lined up for the Broncos, whatever you want to say, great defense. I don't care about all that. The Chiefs get into the playoffs. I am scared. I like. I might take them to win the whole thing. I said that when we did our predictions. Like I was like, I don't think they win the division, but they make it in the wild card. They could go the whole direct. They could run the table. I'm that
Well,
that is so on
actually,
the board.
let me counter that though.
Mhm.
If they're not gonna win the division, which they're not, that guarantees that they're on the road for the playoffs, and they've been awful on the road.
They've been off on the road. Good point. I'm liking where you're going.
No, so I'm asking you that to you, that's not going to
I'm
factor in.
still
You're still
scared.
just going to be like they're in the dance.
Okay,
I believe in them now.
there it factors in. Don't get me wrong. I will have hubris. I will be cocky. I will be quaking on the inside though. I will be putting up a front, a bravado, all that. It's the Chiefs. This is the dynasty. Might be on the decline. Still in the middle. Still at the they're
So Chiefs are
Thanos' four
three and a
infinity
half
stones.
point favorites in this game.
Like I'm scared of them in the playoffs. Like if we play them round two, I would be scared. But you're right though. They suck away. So and then have to everything would be away except for I guess unless the Bills won. No, they have the tiebreaker. It'd have to be like the Ravens Chiefs AFC Championship for them to have a home field advantage. I'm getting way ahead of myself here. I think they
Just
win, but I don't think they make the playoffs. Maybe I'm coping.
it's gonna be interesting to see how this.
They're gonna lose to the Titans on the road,
That would
and
be fire.
that's gonna be the biggest like. Oh, bro, isn't it Broncos week 18?
Yeah,
They play the Broncos week 18,
I'm pretty sure.
and
Or maybe it's the Chargers.
I really hope the Broncos don't bench their starters.
So there's like a world where
They shut the door on them.
there's a world where yeah, right, like where they have
That'd
nothing
be
to
an
fight for
amazing
seed
game.
wise, and they could just beat them and make sure they can't get in. I don't know. That's
That'd be
interesting though.
amazing.
That is interesting.
Yeah.
So we'll
So
see
where
how
do
it
you
boils
fall
down.
with the Chiefs?
I'm thinking Chiefs win this just mostly because I don't believe in the offense of the Texans.
Yeah.
And I don't fear them being on the field, and that's kind of what I was leading off with the run game. I do wish they would have get a run game so they could keep the talented quarterbacks off the field. I don't know how I feel about CJ Stroud right now. I'm not gonna say he has no talent, but he doesn't strike fear into me, that's for sure. So we'll see how it
The
goes.
defense could be on subject here though. Maybe it doesn't matter at all in the end. It's
And
a coin flip.
that's a great point. That's a great point. So I wanna
I
end it off with oh sorry, go ahead.
No, I had one more thing I wanted to talk about too. It's gonna be really quick. But
Go ahead.
you go first.
No, no, you
Oh,
go.
I was just looking at like teams, and I think the most fraud watch team, and I was curious what your opinion or what your choice
The
would be.
Eagles.
Like who you think's gonna collapse? I I think I'm leaning the Bucks. Maybe that's crazy to say, but I'm looking at their stats right now, bro. They've forced 280 points and they've allowed 301 points. there's not a single other team with a winning record in the NFL that has that stat line that they've allowed teams to score more than they have scored themselves. Don't get me wrong, that Rams game plays a big factor in it. That's still just one game. I that seems insane to me. Um, that they've been scored on more than they have scored, and they have a winning record on some fantasy BS. It's like, how does that even happen? But that's shocking to me. And I feel like that's the worst division in football. And if they weren't in that division, it'd be a dumpster fire. And it feels like another thing where it's been like, I feel like people have been waiting on it for a few years where it's like the Bucks aren't legit. The Bucks aren't legit like every year. And I think the one year where people have been, oh, we've been doubting the Bucks for too long, blah blah blah. Like it's actually the year they're collapsing, and I think they're the most fraudulent team in the NFL. I was curious who you thought the most fraudulent team
It's just hard for me to go fraudulent on them because they're not like 8, 9, 10 win team at this point.
was. Mm-hmm.
They're hovering what,
Probably
like
gonna be.
just above
They're probably gonna win the
500.
division.
No, and you're
Probably
not
gonna
wrong
be
about
the
that. I
three
just, but if
seed.
we're talking about a team that's gonna fester out in the playoffs and just not be good enough, you know where I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna die on the
No,
hill.
or yeah,
I'm not a believer. I don't
oh
think the Broncos offense is good. I don't think he's talented. However, he did make that
on
crazy
that
throw
team,
last
man.
week, man. That was a crazy throw.
Yeah, scoring on the Broncos defense in Mile High playoff game night. That's tough, man. That's a tough place to play.
I don't disagree, but I don't believe in Bo Nix, and he's gonna have to prove me wrong. So
If
they're probably my number one seed, but that's more so because it's like
so,
I've
like
been
what? Who
saying
they
it all
played
year.
round one? Like the Bills. If they got the Bills round one, you take the Bills. That's not crazy to say. They got the Ravens round. No, you can't get the Ravens round. They got the Jags round one.
I would take them over the Jags.
Take them over the Jags. They got the Colts round one. Let's just say
I'll
they
take
flip
them
the
over the
Colts round.
Colts.
Okay, so it's
I
basically you
honestly
don't see
think
them beating the
if the
Bills,
Texans, if
Chiefs,
if they get the
Ravens.
Texans,
Hmm.
I
You take
might
the
take the
Texans.
Texans. Yeah, I might
Okay.
because I mean I feel
And then,
similarly about their offenses, but I actually I like
well,
Nico.
you
I
think
like
there's some teams they could beat though in the
yeah
realm. Like
yeah
you think
yeah
they could get to the second game at least.
yes.
Do you think the Bucks can get to a second game in the playoffs? I mean,
No,
right
but I
now it'd
think
be the
that might say
Niners. Would you
more.
take the Niners? Over?
I'm gonna say no, but I think that it has almost more to do with how like heavy the NFC is this year,
Gotcha.
and
That's kind of what I'm saying. I think they're fraudulent because everyone else around them is like it's like
I'm
that
pretty
meme with
sure when
like
we
two
did our
dragons and then the
yeah,
one that looks like a. It's like that to me.
I
I don't
I
know.
I get it. I think before the year even started though, like when we did our schedule predictions, I had them winning their division, but it was like they had a start. They had a really strong
When I run
start.
it,
Even when I did my like my predictions, I projected them to have a really strong start and finish pretty slow. And I think that a lot of what the playoffs are is getting on a roll, getting hot at the right time. And
right?
when you finish slow, you go into the playoffs like almost cold. So I probably wouldn't take them in the first round, but I haven't
Whoa,
necessarily been super high on them
the
this year.
Dolphins are on a 3 game win streak.
Yeah. And
Whoa,
crazy stat, actually. Huge stat.
almost 500.
All their wins are when Achan touches the ball, I think it's 21 plus times, 20 plus times. All their losses are when he doesn't. I'm not
Wow,
even lying to you.
he's what makes the team go.
That is that
Damn,
not
kid's
crazy
nice.
though? He needs
That is crazy.
21, 20.
Honestly,
It's 20 something plus touches in a ball game, and they win every time he hits that number. And when he doesn't hit that number, they're 0-7.
I'm just sitting here and I'm like, I've been locked out on them since like week 8, just like my fantasy team.
It's still bad.
For them to have a 3 game win streak and for them to almost be 500, like wow, like
Yeah,
of
they have a
everything
chance to
I've
get
seen
500.
today, that is the most shocking thing to me. I don't
It's
know,
pretty.
maybe I'm not as tapped in as I should be, but that's crazy to me.
Hey, it's hard to be when you're so far up there. It's looking
Uh,
down at everybody.
yeah. Can't see past the clouds. Yeah. True.
All right. So then I would say, let's say, last thing would be trying to think. Yeah, we're just gonna do coaches. Who's the first to go? If you had to fire one
Not
coach right
interim.
now, yeah, not
Not
interim.
interim coach.
If you had to fire
Okay.
one coach in the NFL right now,
One
like
coach.
just for
I'm like,
some
let's
reason,
go ahead.
you're the GM, you're firing a coach, but it's
And I
any
can't
it's
say
any
Aaron
coach.
Glenn because they've committed to him basically, right? I can't say him. Okay, so it's gotta be because I think Aaron Glenn is awful. I'm
I
gonna be
don't.
completely
I'm
honest.
not even saying you're
And on
wrong,
that
but
boat,
I just feel
Burley,
like
he sucks. bad.
it feels almost crazy to like just put it all on him because it's the Jets. But I get
No,
it. I get
I
it.
100%.
I
But
get. I
I
but I
am
said I
also
get
the
it, man.
opinion. No, no, but I'm also the opinion that you start to see stuff. It's almost like a quarterback. You don't see it year one or two. It's not there. I haven't seen anything. I haven't seen a thing from Aaron Glenn that makes me think he's
All right, who you firing?
sorry. Tangent. All right. So I think I would fire. Is it crazy to say Tomlin or Zach Taylor? The NFC North
No,
is,
you know
or
what's
even
crazy?
Harbaugh.
It's
Anyone in
crazy.
the NFC
You
North.
said all three of the ones that I wouldn't have. I'd fire Stefanski, bro. I hate that
You'd
guy.
fire
I hate
Stefanski.
him. I hate him. I hate
Yeah,
him.
me two-time coach of the year.
Have some goddamn respect for your players. I don't care if Shador's
Oh,
who
you
you
mean
wanted.
that? Yeah.
I don't care if Dylan Gabriel's who you wanted. And I also somehow think he gets away every year with blame without any blame. There's like it's the
Because of the
Browns.
Browns.
I don't give a damn if it's the Browns. You're
I
blaming Aaron
do.
Glenn right now.
Yeah, but Aaron Glenn blows.
Yeah, so does Kevin Stefanski, man. What has he ever done?
Okay, okay, okay. You're right. You're right.
I think he could be a great
But
play caller. I just don't like the way he
made.
handled the situation with
Yeah,
his rookie
it's
quarterbacks.
also probably just time. It's probably just time. You're right. That's why I think it's time for Tomlin. I don't
No,
necessarily
if I'm
think
being honest,
Russell
he's not even
Wilson
the
can be
answer.
here.
He's not even. He wasn't even my answer. It was just the fact that you said all three of the names and not his, and
It's
I've been
just
feeling
that
this like
division's so bad.
I'll give
Like the
you
fact that the
mine
Bengals can
is
win it, you can.
genuinely and this might be shocking. I'd fire Harbaugh.
I don't hate that.
I'd fire
I
Harbaugh.
mess
Sorry,
with it.
not let me be specific. John, not Jim. I'd fire John with Baltimore. Right, that's John.
Whatever. Yeah, I don't know.
I'm pretty sure
But
he's
Harbaugh
John.
might be more.
I think Jim is the Charger. I
There's
don't know
man, there's
Jim.
something different. It's too
Anyways,
close.
he's who I'd fire, man. I
I don't hate it.
I've always hated his play calling decisions or like when he goes and when he doesn't. And then I also just feel like
Coach
they
Doug.
need a change. Like that is a big part of it. They just need a change.
I saw a
So
stat. I saw a stat the other day. That if a head coach and a quarterback don't win a Super Bowl within their first 5 years of being paired together, they have never won a Super Bowl in NFL history. Like you have to
so
win those first 5 years. Going 5 years.
that goes for him and Josh, right?
Yeah,
So then my
it's
question would be my question to that though would be how many quarterbacks like
lose the
after
Super
that
Bowl.
fifth year, no, just after that fifth year in general. Well, I guess I'd have two separate questions. One would be how many quarterbacks win a Super Bowl in their first 5 years? Like, what's the percentage of QBs? I get. Well, no. Screw that. Scratch that.
Probably not
What
that
I was
great.
gonna say is how many quarterbacks who get their second or third or whatever amount of coach after that first 5 year mark end up going to win a Super Bowl, anyways. You know what I mean? Because if it doesn't happen in their first
And
five
they
years,
don't
they
move
switch.
teams.
Yeah.
And they don't
So
move teams.
like that's kind of what I'm
That brings
saying.
out the question.
Because if you're like that's what I'm. But regardless, that is a crazy stat that fits for both of them. Thank God Jalen got it done.
I
But
guess
definitely fits
Jalen
for
is
both
the
of them.
person you're talking about then. Right? Yeah.
No, he's
Did
always.
Peterson?
Oh well, yeah. I guess that's true, huh? Peterson was his first head coach,
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. We're.
but it wasn't a 5 year mark with them. That's why I'm
No.
saying
Yeah. It wasn't
you're saying if it's like five
after
years,
the
same
fact.
head coach and quarterback duo, they don't win. Like they've no coaches ever or that duo has never won a Super Bowl after. I'm saying how many times has a duo like that happened? They say bye to one of them, I guess, because the way it's worded, it's like different quarterback instead
Yeah.
of a
It's like
coach.
year
But
6 for the quarterback and then
yeah, so it's like
back.
how many times do they make a change in one of those categories and it leads to a Super Bowl within what year window? I guess, but
Yeah.
that's some really hard research we'd have to do. So no clue.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's probably time for both of them to move on, which is relatively crazy to say because we're talking about two teams that currently sit in the playoffs.
I
Um,
wouldn't hate if they fired the entire NFC head coaching staff.
that
I'm not
would
gonna
be
lie.
wild. Has that ever happened?
It
A
would
full
be. I
division of
don't.
coaches
That's
being
not that I've ever heard, but honestly, this division is who can suck the least. Like that's what it's come down to. Like the fact that the Bengals can win this division is insane to me, and it's in their hands.
yeah, it's pretty
It is.
crazy.
If they beat Baltimore again, and they have the Steelers, I believe twice, they can genuinely win out and be the one that is
I think they can, but it's
ridiculous.
also like they
I don't see
also
it
have an
happening, but
issue
the fact
though
it's
that I think
Even a
Have the Steelers and Ravens played each other yet?
no, but they have
So
two.
I was gonna say yeah, but that's like the biggest thing that gets in the way for the Bengals. I'm pretty sure is that like the two teams they're looking up to play each other, so that play each other twice. So that means there's two wins. You know, what I mean, both of them have like one of them has to win both of those games. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's the first
If
nine
they
wins
didn't
for each
play
other.
each other, then they could both theoretically lose. That can't happen. So that's why I'm saying like
Yeah, but I mean, I think the Bengals have both the Steelers game and both the Ravens games left.
maybe no, because didn't
Maybe not both the Steelers,
Flacco?
but they have
They
both
just
the
played
Ravens.
on Thanksgiving.
No, they. You're right. Yeah. So they have both the Steelers and one Ravens game.
And I thought Flacco lit up the Steelers.
Oh yeah, you're right. They have one on one.
Either
Yeah.
way, all
Either
right.
way,
I'm gonna rattle off three coaches, and I want you to tell me if you're firing them or not.
Yes, probably will.
All right.
Very much be
Number
interested.
one, he's only been there for a year, so I'm really curious if you're like, let's call it what it is. We're done. Not Aaron Glenn, Pete Carroll.
That is someone I thought about when you asked this question originally because he's just so old and it's been so bad. Like I don't know if I want to, a mummy coaching my almost cussed my quarterback,
I don't think
my
that's
next rookie quarterback, whatever it is. I would fire him. Yes, he's
okay.
just.
I kind of feel like that makes sense. I was kind of curious.
He's
Uh,
always been bright but short.
Number
He's not
two.
even burning bright.
This one I actually text you because I'm curious. Atlanta Falcons firing Raheem Morris. Like, is that happening? Do we think that's happening?
Okay, I'm definitely firing the GM, and I am. I think I'm firing him as well. I think I'm firing him as well.
I think I agree. And then all right,
Their defense has been good. Schematically, it's been actually pretty interesting to look at. But defense
one
doesn't really
more.
win you games in the NFL anymore. It might win you championships, but it doesn't win you games in the regular season. You need to win games in the regular season. I'm
All
out.
right, last one. Jonathan Gannon, Arizona. Is he done? Is this time up?
Okay. I think I'm giving him one more year. I think I'm giving him. Go.
I think he's gonna get it too, and I think he might get more than one depending on what happens with this
Kyler.
Kyler situation.
Yeah, get him out of there.
But all
But
right,
you're right though. Their defense has been good though. It's been pretty interesting. I
I
feel like
would
they've
find I would
drafted really
if
well.
it was me. By the way, I would like your answers mirror mine perfectly. I think I would also give Jonathan Gannon one last year. I'm not necessarily super like I'm not sold on him. I don't know if he's a great head coach. I know he's a pretty solid defensive mind. Gets distracted during the biggest game ever, but uh, hard to blame him.
Okay. The realest person though, like, and this would be the number one candidate in my mind if the Dolphins had not said that they had committed to him. But Mike McDaniel,
Yeah, I didn't
he's
bring him up
bad.
because everything was just I was like
Yeah,
that whole
they've committed to
situation's
him for some
weird.
reason.
They already fired the GM, so that one to me was just kind of like whatever. I wasn't really gonna I
I
wasn't gonna bring
just they're so
I
bad.
disagree though.
You know how I was talking about them earlier in the season, like how greasy I was talking about these guys. Like I don't know if there's an NFL team besides the Jets that I respect less than the Dolphins. Okay, I'm a Patriots fan. I feel like that's low
The
key
Cowboys.
universal. Like, yeah, you hit the Cowboys right, but like you just see the Dolphins, and aren't you just like how? How does a team not respect their head coach to that degree? How are they that bad in all of the like? Football is inherently a physical sport. They might be the least physical team I've ever seen in my entire life. You know what I mean? Like it's like if you were a hockey team and your team didn't know how to skate, wouldn't that be a problem? Like they suck. I don't know why they committed to them. Sorry, I had to get on my
It's
pedestal on
no,
the soapbox.
it's real. It's fair.
They're so bad.
I'm not sure honestly. So all right, any game previews you want to run through before we end this off?
No, I'd fire the entire AFC East coaching staff besides Mike Vrabel. Anyway, but game previews. I'm low key interested in the Ravens game this week.
There's like 6 games with two teams above 500 this week.
I'm thinking the Ravens. I'm thinking the Ravens and Chiefs are already having to play playoff games at this point in the year, and that's why I'm interested because these two teams that we both thought would be probably the 1 and 2 seed in some
That
fashion
one's
in the
crazy.
AFC.
That I thought the Ravens could win almost like 12 games as a
14 games.
floor. Like
I,
12 was like no, that's what I'm saying. I was saying like I was thinking that 12, 11 games was going to be their floor. Now it's like get 9 and get in the playoffs. Like just get
you know
9.
what's weird?
That's
You know what's weird?
crazy.
Just get 9.
Unleash 9.
At least not get it. You know what's weird though? like remember at the beginning of the year when we were doing our predictions and you were like, "Can you see the Ravens not having a great season?" And I was like, jokingly, if their defense did what they did last year, which is they started awful, statistically the worst defense for the first 7 weeks, and then the best defense for the next 11 weeks or whatever it ended up being. Like the fact that that has come to fruition is insane. Like the fact that their
Yeah.
defense really did just fall right on their face, and then they pick themselves back up again. It's like why?
And Lamar
Just don't start
injuries, of
slow.
course, and
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
he's
for sure,
banged
hundred
up
percent.
but like we say, if you're out there, you gotta play well, and he hasn't. He has
And if he
not.
if he came back too soon, like they won with Snoop Huntley. Like they beat the Bears, who are the number one team in the NFC, with Snoop Huntley.
Yeah,
He
they're the
should
number
have
one
took that
team in the
extra week or
NFC,
two.
but I mean, gotta go look at their stats, man. It's
I know
hurting
I'm
me.
not
It
a
hurts
Bears
me.
believer either.
No,
They're
I'm
on
not either,
fraud watch for
but
me too.
definitely,
Probably
definitely
Bucks,
so.
Colts,
I like their
Bears.
coach, and their defense has played hard, and they have a run game. So it's hard for me to
No, I
say
like their
fraud.
coach.
It's hard for me to say fraud watch because they have everything you need to win a playoff game. And if they get it in Chicago, like I'm more afraid of the Bears than I am of Denver, and I really mean that. I really
You know
mean
how
that.
we talk about. I disagree. I think personally, but I'm
No,
also
that's
not in
fine.
that division. I haven't played them, but
I mean, yeah, that probably
they're in
does
the
factor
conference.
in, but I don't know if I believe in them to like hold on to the one seed more. I just believe in
I'm
the way
okay
they're
with it.
built more. Like truly, I really do.
I get what you're
The way they
saying.
run the ball, I like their scheme on offense.
Their defense awful though. Their defense,
That's
my God,
that's the
is it
valid
bad?
part of this, and like you said, defense wins championships, and it does win the Broncos regular season games because it sure as hell isn't Bo Nix, but I'm a hater. To
But
the day I die.
I was gonna say, I just how Sean Payton rubs you the wrong way. Ben Johnson rubs you the wrong way.
Oh,
I
wait,
do
he's feeding
not
Chicago,
like him
bro. He's
personally.
feeding Chicago.
Uh, I
Going
don't.
shirtless for hot dogs, bro. For $4 hot
But
dogs.
yeah, that was actually okay. That I appreciate stuff like that, but like the way he was just talking at the start of the season, he's so confident in
Good,
himself,
better, best. Oh
and
yeah,
he's
I
just
don't
so
like the way
like
he
almost
talks. Man.
condescending. It's just
No,
you know
but
what I'm saying. It's just the way you talk about
I
Sean
think you have
Payton. I'm
to.
like that's
Yeah,
how it is for me.
and that's fine. You gotta walk a tightrope between confidence and arrogance, and yeah, I can't say he walks it very well. So he talks poorly. He likes big plays. When he was talking about the tush push, I don't think you should say stuff like that. But then
See,
again,
he's
if you
gonna
go
screw the
in and
Packers.
if you go in and you back it up, then whatever. And he's 1-0 on backing it up. So let's see. Said he
Yeah,
said he enjoyed beating the Packers twice a year, which is part of why he stayed in the North. Okay,
yeah.
go do it. Look, as much as I hate the way he talked in the beginning of the season, they not only stopped the tush push, like neutralized it. They forced a fumble on it. That's like a Jalen hold on to the ball kind of thing, whatever. But as of right now, he's not the one on the field backing it up necessarily, but his team has backed it up. So let's see if they do it again.
And I just hate they're in shootouts with these bad teams. They've only scored six more points than they've allowed. Like
I think good
50.
coaching is so important, and they're well coached. Like him or hate him, Sean.
Okay,
Like for me,
offensively,
what like him or hate him,
yes.
Sean Payton, he's a great coach. Like I don't, I'm not his biggest fan. I don't like the way he handles media. He like you said, he rubs me the wrong way. Like that is just what it is. That said, he has his team ready to go on Sundays, Mondays, and Thursdays. So and
Sometimes
Ben
Fridays.
Johnson's got his ready to go on Fridays, and that shit is annoying. All right,
It is bad, but
Eagles play on
I
Monday.
just I don't know.
We got the Chargers. That's my bye week.
Bye week for the Pats. We're gonna
Um,
win. We're gonna beat the bye week. First
yeah.
team to do it.
I'm kind
11-2.
of. I don't even know how I feel about this game. Honestly, Eagles offense has been so bad, and then our defense just got ran all over. Herbert's got a hurt hand. I don't know if he
Yeah,
plays.
he
He
had
didn't
surgery on his
practice.
left hand.
Yeah, so I don't know. And Jalen Carter just had shoulder surgery. On both shoulders,
Oh, for
so
real?
he is going to be
Is he
out.
gonna play again this
No,
year?
he's supposedly going to play. Supposedly he's day to day, and that there's a chance he's actually back following the Chargers game. I doubt he plays that next one. I would expect him either to be shut down for the rest of the regular season because the report that was out about it
Oh, yeah.
was that he did it now because it gives him time to be ready for a playoff run. And all the comments from Eagles fans were like, "What playoff run? LOL." But
That's actually kind of funny.
it is hilarious.
Okay, that's insane.
But
And
yeah,
then one more thing, right before we close it up. Alex Singleton, that's putting all perspective. I mean, the fact that this dude beat cancer and was back 2 weeks later,
I love Alex Singleton.
crazy,
Eagle legend.
crazy.
Eagle legend.
He's
Miss him,
leading
bro.
tackles. I mean, He's ridiculous.
Oh,
Even
yeah.
that game stealing play, yeah, that's crazy.
There's people that are insanely talented from a like just raw athletic standpoint. There's people who study the game and are insanely good because they have high football IQ. And
And there's some,
there are motherfuckers that play with grit and heart
yeah, willpower.
and just determination. All that stuff they write on, I don't even know.
Facebook,
I was gonna say
mom's
bumper
Facebook pages.
stickers.
Yeah, bumper stickers.
Motivational posters. That's what he is. He's a motivational poster on the field. Well, yeah, that's a good one. That's a great one. All right, well, like always, like, comment, share.
Awesome
It's
horse.
wings versus rings on everything. We got to really be better at this on a more consistent basis, but that's kind of been a
Yeah, we're trying.
little difficult. But hey, man, love talking ball. So this one felt good. Just put it on and yeah. So, all right,
Oh, dear.
go Birds. Pat's beating the bye.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Love the Cowboys
Yeah.
losing. Yeah, I think that's it. You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, we out.